Hey YouTubers, Melanie Raye here, and this week I have been getting really excited for Wicked the movie that is coming out in December 2019. So I decided that I would do this video and tell you my picks for each of the main characters in this movie. I've given 3 choices for each character, and I will also explain why I've chosen them. So firstly, the main role, Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. My 3 picks are Lea Michele, Samantha Barks, and Anna Kendrick. So firstly, Lea Michele. We all know that Lea Michele has an amazing resemblance to Idina Menzel, to the point where Idina actually played Lea's biological mother on the TV show Glee. Lea also has sung 3 of the songs from the musical on Glee, so she's very familiar with the music and she has a stunning voice. I think she'd be an amazing Elphaba. Next, Samantha Barks. I think that Samantha, who played Eponine in the latest version of Les Mis, would be incredible, especially in the song I'm Not That Girl, because I feel like she could bring in elements of when she did On My Own from Les Mis, and it could be a really powerful, moving piece for her. She also has a really just stunning physicality for the role, I think, especially her hair, just everything. I think she'd be amazing. And next, Anna Kendrick. I think Anna would be amazing, especially in the song For Good. I think she's just, really got the perfect voice for that. She's actually performed that song with Kristen Chenoweth before, and she did an amazing job at it. And I think she would be also a real draw card because she's a really big name at the moment, so she would be a really good pick as well. Next, my roles for Glinda. I would really like to see Ashley Tisdale, Amanda Seyfried, or Reese Witherspoon in this role. So firstly, Ashley Tisdale. I think that she'd be a great Glinda because she could bring in elements of her characterization of Sharpay from High School Musical 2. I could see her doing the song Popular in a very similar vein to the way that she did the song Fabulous in High School Musical 2. Next, Amanda Seyfried. I think that she could bring in aspects of her character Karen from Mean Girls and be an amazing Glinda. And also she has a stunning voice. I think she could do really well in the Thank Goodness song, where she goes, happy is what happens when your dreams come true. I think she'd just absolutely kill that. And Reese Witherspoon, I think that if she brought in elements of her character from Legally Blonde, she'd also make an amazing Glinda, and she also has just the perfect hair for it. I think she'd be stunning as well. Next, my picks for the role of Fivero are Darren Criss, Jonathan Groff, and Todrick Hall. So, Darren Criss, y'all, I think he would be a perfect Fivero if he brings in aspects of his kind of warbler side of his character from Glee, and brings in some of those moves, especially in the song Dancing Through Life. I think that it would just be amazing. I would be really excited for it. Jonathan Groff obviously has a lot of experience on Broadway, and I think he would just do an amazing job at the song Just for This Moment. It would be incredibly sexy, and I really hope this happens. And Todrick Hall. Todrick has his own YouTube channel, and he's got an incredible voice, and I think he'd also just portray the character really well, and that kind of like naivety and spontaneity and like cool guy character. So those are my picks for Fivero. Next, my picks for Nessarose are Zooey Deschanel, Melissa Benoist, and Emma Watson. So the reason I think that Zooey Deschanel would be a really nice Nessarose is because I think she'd bring a real fun and brightness to the role and the character. Because I think one of the things that can happen with that character is that people can kind of portray her as like this weak victim just because she's in a wheelchair, and they forget that there's this whole other side to Nessarose that is boy crazy and has her own dreams and is still like chasing life and all that it has to offer. So I think that Zooey Deschanel would portray that really well. Next, Melissa Benoist. I think that like just her innocence and her sweetness would come across really well in the role of Nessarose. If she brings in aspects of her character Marley from Glee, I think that could work really well. And Emma Watson obviously has just been killing it of late with the role of Belle in Beauty and the Beast. She's got an amazing voice. I think that she could do the vocals of from the Buck and Nessarose duet in Dancing Through Life really well, and I'd be really keen to see that happen. Next, my picks for Buck are Zac Efron, Nick Patera, and Ben Platt. Now, Zac Efron might be a bit of a surprising pick to some of you, but I actually think that like his boyish charm and his sweet face would be a really nice move to go with in kind of the Bok vein. And we've got to remember, Glinda didn't turn down Bok, spoiler there a little bit, because he wasn't cute or anything. It was more of a social standing issue where like she's in Upland and he's from Munchkinland. And there's got to be some reason why Nessarose is so attracted to him before she even really gets to know him. So, Zac Efron. Then Nick Patera. Some of you might know him from his YouTube channel. He's got a stunning voice. I think he would be able to pull off parts from the Bok and Nessarose duet really well, but also the parts in March of the Witch Hunters. I think that he has the versatility as a performer to pull off both songs with equal awesomeness. And Ben Platt. He played Benji in Pitch Perfect, and I think his like dorky nature would just be a great fit for Bok. Next, my picks for Madame Morrible are Meryl Streep, Audra McDonald, and Queen Latifah. So I think that for a lot of people, Meryl Streep is already an obvious choice. She obviously has a lot of experience with musicals, has a stunning voice. She has that poise about her that I think will make her a really good Madame Morrible. Audra McDonald played Madame de Garderobe in the latest Beauty and the Beast. I think she has that kind of authority and that pride and kind of carriage about her that would make her really cool Madame Morrible. And Queen Latifah, I think, would just be like badass. She would bring a lot of humor to the role, and I think she would absolutely kill the beginning of Thank Goodness when Madame Morrible does her speech. Next, my picks for The Wizard are Idris Elba, Christopher Walken, and Victor Garber. So I think Idris Elba could bring a lot of mystery to the role of the wizard, as well as a lot of authority. Like, I feel like he would carry that kind of leader role really well, because the wizard had to have gotten to his place in the society somehow, because we know from one of the songs that he's kind of built himself from the ground up. So I think that Idris Elba could really portray that well. Christopher Walken, I think, would be a hilarious wizard. I could see him doing the song Wonderful in a similar vein to the way that he did I Want to Be Like You when he was the voice of King Louie in Disney's live action The Jungle Book. And I think that Victor Garber, who's probably most well known for his role as Mr. Andrews in Titanic, would do just incredible in this role as well. He's got more of a fatherly role. I think that he'd do an amazing job of the song A Sentimental Man. He's also got, experience on Broadway, so I think he'd be a great pick as well. And finally, my picks for Dr. Dillamond. My 3 choices for this character are James Corden, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Morgan Freeman. So I think James Corden already kind of has the personality and carriage that would help him to play an animal really well. And he just has a lovableness about him that I think would make Dr. Dillamond a character that can really connect to the audience. Lin-Manuel Miranda, I think, is another one. His sincerity, I think, will shine through a lot in this role, especially in his interactions with Elphaba. And obviously he's just a glorious human being, and I'd be so keen to see him in this role. And Morgan Freeman, that really recognizable voice, I think, that deep tone would be a really good fit for the character of Dr. Dillamond. And also would be a huge draw card to the movie as a whole, because who doesn't love Morgan Freeman? So those are my 3 picks for that character, and this completes my video. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know, either in the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments, or reply to me on Twitter, what your picks are. Do you agree with me? Do you have other ideas? I can't wait to discuss this movie with you, and I'm really excited for the cast list to come out. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great week. Bye!